This video is the second part of our guide to Peak Peana. If you haven't seen the first part, start with that one. In the first part, we left from Râtul and followed the blue cross, which in the beginning goes along together with the orange dot. Following that, we get back to Râtul after a 6-kilometer circuit. At the end of the first part, after 1 hour and 10 minutes, we arrived at Râtul Popii. Here we meet the red triangle from the left coming from the St. John Spring, which follows to the right to the Brühl viewpoint on a difficult branch. To get to the viewpoint, use the southern branch. As you can see, I have only a long sleeve shirt and a buff on my neck and one on my head, and this is perfect in about 5 degrees Celsius. Here we have some crossroads, which are even more confusing when there is no snow. Here we see the red triangle from the right, so this is the best option to get to the viewpoint, but we are following along the blue mark. On your way back, don't miss that right turn. Those guys almost missed it as well. Around here we have met a huge boar last autumn during trail running. Soon we arrive to Râtul Popii, so I will put back on my fleece because I expect stronger winds there. After 3.5 kilometers, we arrive to Râtul Popii. And here the wind is blowing strongly, so it was a good decision to put on back the fleece. Lots of people with sleds here, that's why there are so many cars as well. Here we need to cross the main road. We have left 2.5 hours ago and we still have half an hour left. 4.1 kilometers so far. Here we need to take a right turn. Here we need to climb up. It doesn't look that bad, but it won't be easy in the snow. Straight ahead we have the blue line going to Peak Măgura. Soon we arrived on the ridge, and from that on it won't be this steep. It wasn't that bad, the snow is firm with steps in it. We are getting close now. This is the first time we see the sun since we left. Its warmth feels good. We are getting close to the summit. The old path goes straight ahead, then takes a left turn, and this orange dot which we meet again is just a shortcut to the peak, but the difference is minor. From what I see, the snow is bigger here, so we will use the old path. Well, it was a bad decision because there are no steps here at all. As soon as we got out of the forest, the wind started blowing again, so we need to put on some warm clothes. Here's the peak, which unfortunately is on private land, in spite of several people trying to stop that. Here we have the sign, Peak Peana, 833 meters. And here we have a board about the nature reserve. Do you see that? No ATVs, dogs only on a leash, no loud music, and so on. We should really respect that. We have put on some warm puffy jackets because in the winter it's easy to get cold when you stop, even if you don't need to dress up that much while moving. And I have found something interesting, a new sign, the Red Cross, which actually is an old trail, but these signs are clearly new, and in a future episode we will check out where do they go. It took us about 3 hours and 5 minutes to get to the peak in winter conditions. My Fitbit shows 5.1 kilometers, but this will differ from device to device. We stayed about 15 minutes on the peak and we are heading back because it's getting cold and to arrive back in Cluj in reasonable time. Én meredeket. We are arriving back to the car. It only took us 2 hours on the way back. It's interesting that we didn't need the headlamps because the trees didn't block the moonlight reflecting from the snow.